Have you ever felt that the deeper your thoughts, the more isolated you become? That the more you understand, the less others want to hear? You're not imagining it. Society has long resisted deep thinkers not because their ideas are flawed, but because they reveal truths others would rather avoid. History is filled with examples, from Socrates to Nietzsche, from Galileo to Tesla. Brilliant minds have been ridiculed, silenced, or ignored. Their crime: making people uncomfortable with their clarity of vision. Arthur Schopenhauer, a philosopher known for his unflinching honesty, argued that intelligence is a curse, isolating those who see the world too clearly. But why does this happen? Why does society push away those who think differently? The answer lies in the interplay of human psychology, social dynamics, and cultural forces. The mirror of intelligence. Consider this: standing next to someone physically strong doesn't make you feel weak. You might admire their strength. Meeting someone wealthy might spark envy, but it rarely feels like a personal attack. Yet, encountering someone intellectually superior often stirs unease. Psychologists describe this as the mirror effect. A deep thinker's ideas don't just challenge beliefs, they reflect others' limitations, making them feel inadequate without a word being spoken. This discomfort arises because intelligence is tied to identity. We define ourselves by our thoughts and beliefs. When someone questions what we take for granted, it feels like an assault on our sense of self. Unlike external traits like strength or wealth, intelligence strikes at our core, prompting resistance rather than admiration. This is why deep thinkers are often pushed to society's edges. Their insights don't just challenge ideas, they challenge egos. And humans will go to great lengths to protect their ego from discomfort. Reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever shared a complex idea in casual conversation, only to be met with blank stares or a quick topic change? This isn't random, it's a defense mechanism. When faced with depth, many retreat to self-preservation, resisting curiosity and dismissing engagement. This dynamic isolates intellectuals, not because they seek solitude, but because society nudges them away. The social cost of confidence over depth. Studies suggest that in social settings, confidence often trumps intelligence. People are drawn to those who project certainty, even if their ideas lack depth. Charismatic leaders, motivational speakers, and viral influencers thrive by offering simple, comforting narratives rather than challenging audiences to think critically. Meanwhile, nuanced thinkers struggle to find a broad audience. This paradox of intelligence means that the pursuit of truth can disconnect you from the majority, as the mirror effect underscores society's resistance to change. Neuroscience supports this. When people feel intellectually outmatched, their amygdala, the brain's fear center, lights up, triggering a survival response akin to facing physical danger. Why? Evolution wired us for group acceptance, not intellectual prowess. For our ancestors, social harmony ensured survival, standing out risked exile. A highly intelligent person disrupts this balance, challenging norms and dynamics, prompting the brain to treat them as a threat. A 2021 Stanford study revealed that this reaction varies by context. One-on-one, people feel less threatened by intelligence, but in groups, where social status matters, the threat response surges. If someone feels overshadowed, they may undermine or exclude the deep thinker to safeguard their standing. This explains why profound conversations often flourish privately but falter in larger settings. Cognitive biases against intelligence. Several cognitive biases amplify this resistance. Dunning-Kruger effect. Those with limited knowledge overestimate their competence, dismissing experts, while the highly intelligent often doubt themselves, creating friction. Status quo bias. The brain favors familiar ideas, perceiving complex truths as threats. Backfire effect. When beliefs are challenged, people entrench further, rejecting new ideas. In today's digital age, social media exacerbates these biases. Algorithms prioritize engaging, emotional content over depth, flooding platforms with catchy sound bites that drown out nuanced discussions. Deep thinkers struggle to distill complex ideas into viral formats, leaving society favoring entertainment over enlightenment. Historical patterns of rejection. This isn't a new phenomenon. History shows a pattern of rejecting deep thinkers. Socrates was executed in 399 BCE for corrupting the youth and impiety, his real crime being his relentless questioning of Athenian beliefs. Galileo faced house arrest in 1633 for proving the earth orbits the sun, challenging church dogma. Nietzsche was dismissed as mad, his radical ideas on morality ignored until later embraced. Tesla died penniless in 1943, his visionary ideas stifled by profit-driven industrialists. Alan Turing, whose code-breaking saved millions, was persecuted and died by suicide in 1952. Hypatia of Alexandria was murdered in 415 AD for her rational teachings, seen as a threat by religious authorities. These thinkers were ahead of their time, their ideas later shaping progress. Society doesn't fear intelligence itself, it fears the change it brings. Schopenhauer's perspective. Schopenhauer, who lived from 1788 to 1860, understood this deeply. Born into wealth but choosing philosophy over business, he faced obscurity for decades, his pessimistic views alienating peers. His magnum opus, The World as Will and Representation, completed by age 30, went unnoticed until his later years. Schopenhauer's own isolation mirrored his philosophy. He saw intelligence as a burden. He argued that life is driven by the will, a blind force pushing us toward pleasure and survival. Most people follow this will to live, seeking comfort. But intelligent individuals pursue a will to truth, seeking reality even at personal cost. This disconnect isolates them, as they see through social facades like small talk and status games, craving depth where society prefers simplicity. Schopenhauer wrote, "A high degree of intellect tends to make a man unsocial. The more you understand, the harder it is to ignore life's flaws, making happiness elusive." He believed ignorance, not wisdom, fosters contentment, a view echoed by thinkers like Nietzsche and Kafka, who grappled with existential crises. Modern evidence and challenges. Recent research supports Schopenhauer's insights. A 2017 study in intelligence found Mensa members, with IQs in the top 2%, were more prone to mood and anxiety disorders, contributing to social isolation. Bad news for the highly intelligent. High intelligence often brings unique interests and rapid thinking, making it hard to connect with others. A 2016 study in the British Journal of Psychology noted that highly intelligent people report lower life satisfaction with frequent socializing, preferring solitude to ways highly intelligent people can avoid the isolation trap. Today, deep thinkers face resistance in schools, where conformity is rewarded, and workplaces, where fitting in trumps innovation. On social media, algorithms sideline depth for viral simplicity, creating echo chambers that resist new perspectives. Strategies for deep thinkers. If you're a deep thinker, you're not doomed to loneliness. Schopenhauer offered practical advice: embrace solitude, use alone time for creativity, as many great minds did. Find your tribe, seek communities, online forums, book clubs, or academic circles where depth is valued. Communicate wisely, simplify complex ideas without losing their essence, as Einstein advised. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Modern strategies include developing emotional intelligence to navigate social cues and joining platforms like Reddit's philosophy for like-minded discussions. A 2023 article suggests that connecting with others, even briefly, can ease intellectual loneliness. Society must value intellectual diversity. Schools should foster questioning, workplaces reward innovation, and digital platforms promote depth. By understanding why intelligence scares us, we can build a culture that celebrates deep thinking. Schopenhauer said, "All truth passes through 3 stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, it is accepted as being self-evident." Deep thinkers see targets others can't, driving progress despite resistance. If you felt misunderstood, know you're not alone. Your thoughts, though daunting to some, are vital for humanity's future. Share your experiences in the comments. Have you faced rejection for your ideas? Let's start a conversation. For more insights, subscribe and explore our content on history's greatest minds.